See you vibing with me, I just wanna see what's up. We just started dancing and I think I fell in love. We won't get this moment back, so please lift up my cup. Do you wanna see the sun and have some fun? Do you wanna see the sun and have some fun? Do you really wanna see the sun? I see you vibing with me, so what's up? We just started dancing, fell in love. But we don't have to do it if you don't want. Do you really wanna see the sun? Do you wanna see the sun and have some fun? DJ keep playing the music. She throwing it back, she too thick. The way she move, she ruthless. She straight to the point like a toothpick. She asked can we take us a photo, only if I can take you to Ruth Chris. She laughed and said that's funny though, we got a deal if you bring the music. We put our cups in the air like we don't care, like we in the 90s. Stars in the sky, I'm feeling so high. The lights on the screen are just blinding. I don't even care, caressing your hair, enjoying the night cause we vibing. Not worried about tomorrow at all, cause we gonna party to the sun. See you vibing with me, I just wanna see what's up. We just started dancing and I think I fell in love. We won't get this moment back, so please lift up my cup. Do you wanna see the sun and have some fun? Do you wanna see the sun and have some fun? Do you wanna see the sun and have some fun? Do you wanna see the sun and have some fun? Do you really wanna see the sun? I see you vibing with me, so what's up? We just started dancing, fell in love. But we don't have to do it if you don't want. Do you really wanna see the sun? Do you wanna see the sun and have some fun? Do you wanna see the sun and have some fun?
Lucid days, I'm getting closer to unlock my consciousness. The poison's only building up my tolerance. We were never born to be the obvious, isn't it obvious? Time is slipping, dial spinning. I still wonder if I'm dreaming, or maybe I'm the only one who's wide awake. Am I the only one? To know where we are. Am I the only one? To know where we are.
What's up, fellas? So I gotta finish this hot dog really quick. One sec, boys. Good morning though. Dude, G-Stroms, congrats, man. Hopped on stream, immediately got Zapdos. We call that the Patrouski luck, dude. The Patrouski luck. Congrats, man. The best wild legendary to get, dude. Congratulations. What's up, Shizu? How you doing? Embor is so OP and Unova. Embor, in my opinion, I mean, I respect if you're having a blast with it and he's popping off, that's all that matters. I think Embor falls off a fair bit in the later things, but especially early on, Tepid is like the best starter to speed run to the first 4 gyms, which that's really like the hard part, you know. I gotta finish this glizzy though. But what's up, silly shorts? Happy to welcome, dude. What's up? I feel like a lot of people swear by Embor though. Might need to revisit his game. Yeah, dude, much love to you, Shizu. A lot of people, there's a lot of not to get into like the, you know, negatives, a lot of layoffs recently. A lot of people. It's really brutal, man. It's fucking it's crazy to see like so many people in my community be like, yeah, man, like I got laid off recently. I'm, you know, it's love you all very much. Take care of yourselves, prioritize yourself. That's all I, you know, much love to you. It's just, it's a tough world out there, but you know what, there's always the dark before the dawn. I do think there's an optimistic bright swing coming. Okay, I believe. I say as I eat my quarter-pound glizzy. Dude, yeah, everybody's doing we're all gonna make it. Fuck it, we're all gonna make it. Fuck it, we ball. Dude, just a dog knows. I've been saying, man, I think a hippie era is gonna come up a little bit. It's surely, right? Copium. Call that shit hopium. What's up, Squiddy? Sorry, I'm almost done, boys. Like 2 more bites, maybe 3 max. I had a last minute glizzy. I was like really, I realized I was really hungry before starting streams. Like, whoops, let me eat something. What's up, JWP? What's up, dude? How you doing, man? How you doing today? Good morning, good morning. Dude, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm excited to wake up today. Oh my goodness. We have like 2 events today effectively, because there's that catch event in about 53 minutes. I'm switching strategies on the Iron Man to do more like false white pokeballing as opposed to always nest balling and quick balling. So hopefully we'll have to do less Jimmy runs because of that. That'll be super nice. Dude, honor to have you. What's up? Giovenci? So I hope I didn't butcher your name too bad, dude. What's up, dude? It's a cool name, Giovenci. Having this much people, dude, it's an honor that people want to watch, man. It's an honor, dude. Okay, Shizu, you might need to, you're a mod, brother. Careful, chill out a little bit, King. Love you, but don't let that don't let the unemployed brain get to you that quickly, okay? You need to, okay, it's still 12:08 p.m. on a Tuesday, my king. That's crazy. All right. Yeah, God damn it, yes, yeah. Oh, that hot dog talk, dude. I like your hot dog, but I like it's nice, man. Yeah, I saw Pretty Hail Mary. It was really good. My inner hipster, Grace, my inner hipster so badly wants to be like, yeah, it's fun. Like, I guess my problem is Project Hail Mary is good, but people are comparing it to like Interstellar or even The Martian, which are both way better in my opinion. But I get it. People really like Hail Mary, you know. Dude, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. What the fuck? Thank you, Sticky. Do you think raids are really cool dungeons, or do you think did with like mechanic or several that? No, that's woo. It's a really good, interesting question. I think dungeons. And this is just my guesstimation. We don't know for sure. I don't know for sure. Nobody really knows for sure. I think dungeons were meant to be something different. I think dungeons were probably meant to be similar to something like old school RuneScape raids, or similar to something like what's the other one thing I'm thinking of? Similar to like the Elfbot dungeons, you know, during the Christmas event, where it's like a wave-based thing, you know. 3 point. Now, okay, you're the first person that I've found who rated it lower than me, which I like. I like that yin and yang. I gave Project Hail Mary an 8.8. I think it's like really good, you know. But people are acting like it's like a 10 or like a legend. And I'm like, dude, it's honestly the problem with Project Hail Mary for me is that it's like just kind of like a buddy comedy. Like it's very, which is like, it's just too lighthearted, respectfully, you know. And I love that too. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like that kind of movie can only go so far. I feel like it's too lighthearted and too goofy for. I wish it leaned into the more serious side and leaned into the more dramatic elements, you know. But it's good because it's a new movie made for people with different tastes, you know. Like I prefer the Interstellar, I prefer the Martian type seriousness when it comes to a space movie, at least. But it is what, you know, a lot of people liked it so much. I think dungeons could be a separate thing that get added in the future, Sticky, but I don't know. I don't have a whole lot of, not that I'm pessimistic, but I don't have a whole lot of hopes right now for like a new mechanics coming to PokeMMO anytime soon. I don't know what they're working on right now, to be honest with you. I'm not sure. At that point, yeah. Like, Pokemon needs more endgame RNG for legendaries. That's not from legendaries. Like, the dungeon that you fight through legendaries have a 100% to catch one and a dungeon-specific vanity. I think Pokemon has a ton of endgame, to be honest with you. But I think what it needs more than ever right now, and feel free to disagree. Hopefully that's obvious. Feel free to disagree. Respectfully, I think Pokemon actually has a ton of endgame. I think right now the thing that's making players feel the most restricted is the lack of viable money-making methods. I think there's like 5 to 10 viable money-making methods right now in PokeMMO, whereas 2 years ago there was like 500 to 1,000. I think unfortunately, yeah, I think that's the big thing killing the drive for a lot of people, which is why I cannot recommend enough creating an Iron Man account. Iron Man accounts are really sick, or just caring about like shiny hunting and like untradeable goals on the main are a great way to go about it right now, in my opinion. That's just me. That's just my opinion. I'm just a guy, you know. Your opinions as well as mine. Yes, yeah, please, yeah. The screenshot competition is coming to an end. Make sure. I actually have a quick setting that I can shout out really quick. Let's go ahead and get the stream started though. We're still stalling for content in the intro, boys, as per usual. Get a big sip of blueberry tea, and then reset the music once again. All right, thank you guys for your patience. Thank you for the super chat again and the good questions, Dicky. All right. Excuse me. All right. Dude, what's up, Drizzy? Much love to you, man. Kills the economy. It respectfully, Sticky, it does not, right? What happens when someone makes a, and I've talked about this a lot, what happens when someone makes an Iron Man account is that it takes out one supplier and one demander. It is net neutral, right? Like if someone in our society, right, were to like leave our society and not pay taxes, you know, not buy goods, not contribute to our, you know, they would go live off the grid, that doesn't hurt our economy, right? That's net neutral. We lose one supplier, one demander. Economies do not function very differently. They function slightly differently, but they don't function very differently based on scale. At least a good economy, right? You do impact things like the rate of sales, like things will slow down a little bit for sure, right? But you don't blame the Iron Man in that case. You would blame the system. The system should be able to adapt, and Iron Men are the last thing killing the economy. That's kind of, you know, it's kind of the same way people blame alt accounting for killing the economy, which is the same thing as blaming someone for having 2 jobs for like inflation IRL, which obviously you'd never do. That's insane, right? You don't blame someone having 2 jobs. And when you do that, an economy should be able to support someone willing to put in more effort for more reward, you know? I think the economy, I'm mainly joking though. That's, yeah, it is the main thing that it affects is the pacing, which I think, you know, the main thing it affects is sales might slow down a little bit, but that's not the Iron Man's fault. That's the, you know, I would blame that on the system, right? Do you got class and systems? No, I just fucking spent a lot of time thinking about this fucking video game that I love. but that is a sweet, I am incredibly uneducated. That is an incredibly sweet question. Exactly, Shuska. Yeah, that is an incredibly sweet. I'm honored you think that I would have any formal education. I'm a high school dropout, dude. I just really care about thinking and I do like process and like thought process. I think thought process defines the world. I think our thought process with menial things can lead over to large things and yada yada yada. Not always and stuff, but is that true, Xcatic? That's kind of sad. Is that true? I know there was a on the forums. On the forums, it said, I'll open up global chat. That's so sad. I need to change my title then. I need to start the stream. Sorry. we're still in the stream, obviously, but like, do the actual intro. Oh no, it got, so the forum post used to say, thank you so much for letting me know, Xcatic. Correctly. I'm good for you for actually taking the class. Like, that's like a great example of like, I love, one of the best feelings is when someone who is educated or knows their shit can be like, you know, be like, hey man, like you're actually like onto something a little bit. I'm like, oh dude, that's like the best. One of the best feelings is when you come to a conclusion on your own and then someone who's actually educated or actually, you know, in that field is like, hey, that's actually correct. And you're like, oh fucking hell. Like that was like, I'm not a huge tech, like I grew up, my first job was demanufacturing computers and server boards, which sounds really fancy, but it's mostly just unscrewing stuff, right? But you know, I'm not really a huge, I'm just gonna take the starting students. We're yapping so much today. Let me just hi, hello. I'm not like that technologically educated, right? But I remember when a lot of content creators started taking VPN sponsorships, I was one of the few people where I was like, I don't feel comfortable with that. Like, the best usage of a VPN is to use it to watch Netflix in like other countries. You know, like that's the average person's bet. Like the average person, I didn't like that VPNs were being sold as like a protection thing. It was like, oh, if you're the average person online, you need a VPN to keep you safe. And as someone who wasn't, you know, super tech literate, but like was enough for me to be like, well, wait a minute, like that's not true. The average person, this is fear mongering. The average person does not need a VPN for safety. If you work some government job or you work some job that has like some HIPAA violations, they'll supply you with a VPN usually. But the average person just doesn't need a VPN. That's like your fear mongering to like make money, right? And that was, so I've never taken a VPN sponsorship, and I was not like outward, but I was like, yeah, I just don't really like a lot of the VPN stuff because it's not like that. Also, if someone takes a VPN spot, it's not bad. It's more so like, I just don't prefer it for me. I don't, but it's the talking points. If someone's like, yo, I'm sponsored by VPNs, buy them to change your Netflix, that's like the best. I love those content creators. That's Giga Chat and Real, right? But I do hate the fear mongering. There's a lot of fear mongering over the past few years or so in society to sell things. Fear mongering's working really well right now to make money, so just be aware whenever you see fear mongering from social media people and corporations. Like, it's the same way you see a lot of people being like, watch out for these, you know, food products or what, you know. There's a lot of fear mongering sells right now, but here, go buy my supplement linked in the description. You know, it's gonna take care of everything for you. Like, okay, bro. But what was I even yapping about? What was I even talking about? You're too nice. What's up, man? Yeah, like the average person doesn't need a VPN, which I just did, which, you know, if you want one, it's not going to be like hurtful. It's just gonna like, you just don't need to pay that money for the most part. It's kind of the meme. But it's also like, it's also one of those things. I don't know, if some average Joe had really bad anxiety and wanted to buy a VPN and it made them feel less anxious, fair enough. Like that, you know, like fair enough. I get that a lot, honestly. So there's layers to it. There's layers to it. Anyways, let's let's cough really quick. How do I still have like, I still have like mucus in my throat from when I was sick, like forever. Start the stream, my guy. No, most valid. Okay, holy shit, let's do it, boys. Getting a tug. Okay, I don't know what a tugging license is, so that's, yeah, that's a good. I'll just get. I have no idea. What's a tugging license over in Britopia? The meat, yeah, like the meat mansion is out here getting his tugging license, bro. What is your life? What is? That's awesome, dude. What's up, not Niku? Knew that happened in the team in the future, dude. There's been so much over the past. How? When's the last time you played? The game. Honestly, I think this year. I wonder if Pokemon will slow down this year. Also because I feel like the players aren't happy, like no matter what, like if there's good updates they aren't happy, if there's bad updates, you know, it's, which obviously makes sense. Last year, did you play the event season? I gotta jump into the stream. I'm getting to I gotta jump into the stream recap, but it's been the hypotheticals. No, it's I think it's mostly fine as long as what, you know, there's live streams, but when it's Pokemon usually update and they're only during event season, I always miss it every year. Updates are very hard to predict in PokeMMO. Definitely. So events, well, event seasons are the most predictable, right? Like October 31st, December 25th, and then whenever Lunar New Year is. That's the most predictable, right? The less predictable ones are like usually a summer update, and then maybe one around Shiny War. But then I don't know, it's just kind of, it's unpredictable. It's really hard. I would say summerish. This game is so fucking bad, but I don't know why I still play it. I mean, I'm sorry you feel that way. I love it. It's got problems, but I still love the fucking game. The game is honestly amazing in my opinion, but I'm sorry you feel that way. That's a shitty... I mean, I would just log off, King. Forehead. You know, it's really easy to... If you're actually suffering from some addiction, I mean, I wish you the best of luck. It's fun. I did see that a lot in... I saw that a lot in the RuneScape community. There would be a lot of people who are like, oh, this game fucking sucks, but I can't stop playing it. I'm over here like, bro, I've played this game like 10 hours a day for the past 4.5 years, and I fucking love it so much still. Like I am like, it sucks. Like I'm such a shitty situation. I'm sorry. But also I guess the biggest thing I ask of those people is to make sure you say like, it's not that the game sucks, it's that you don't like the game, right? I think a lot of people a lot of gamers, when they start to dislike a game, and I always bring up the example, I did this with Overwatch, okay? I'm not here to act holier than thou. I'm guilty too. When Overwatch switched to Overwatch 2, I was like, oh, the game's fucking, the game that I used to love is gone. Oh, the game's fucking ruined. Versus, I should have said, like, just not my style anymore. I just, you know, I'm just really sad about what happened. Like, you know, I think that's really important, you know? I think it's really important to acknowledge that it's your feelings and don't extrapolate your feelings to, like, everyone else and, like, the game, you know? I ended up actually, I was too bit. No, I did up not. We had to go to went to Costco for groceries. I had to do a few too many things the other day. No Overwatch yesterday, unfortunately. Yeah, that's Cubone. Yeah, much love, man. Hell yeah. Like that's play more Overwatch. I love to play more Overwatch. It's a timing thing for me, I think, right now. Anyways, okay. Who is the longest intro of all time, dude? Yes. Okay. I want to do special stuff for 500. JDB Tree, I might cheat a little bit. Tomorrow might be stream recap 499.5. And then have it be like a short stream with like just the catch event or some shit. Because I really want to do something for 5. I have some plans. I want to do like a shunathon, like a big shunathon for 500. Okay. Tomorrow might be 40. I might cheat a little bit and call tomorrow 499.5 so I can plan properly for Thursday. And then have Thursday be like a super long stream, you know? All right. All right, let's jump into it, fellas. I'm loving the questions though in the chats. Okay. Alrighty, fellas, good morning. Yo, what's up? My name is Patrouski. Welcome to your daily PokeMMO stream recap. This is stream recap 499, which means stream recap 500 is probably going to be on Thursday. I'm probably going to call tomorrow. I'm cheating. He's cheating in live time. I'm probably going to call tomorrow, stream recap 499.5, and then have it be like a small stream with just like the catch event and like maybe a gym rerun or something like that, because I want to plan a little bit more and I want to have something. I think I have some stuff, but I don't have everything ironed out for stream recap 500, which should be on Thursday at 12 p.m. ET. So if you want to have, I think, a shuntathon, a big shuntathon with certain prizes and things like that is going to happen on Thursday at 12 p.m. ET. So if you're interested in a big shuntathon in Pokemon where you can shiny hunt at the same spot that I'm at, win some prizes, and maybe extend the stream through things like that, that'll be on Thursday at 12 p.m. ET. Okay, so with that out of the way, good morning. Hope you're enjoying PokeMMO. This is your daily stream recap, your daily source of PokeMMO tips, tricks, information, daily events, everything happening in the game. The screenshot competition is coming to an end, okay? It ends on the 22nd, which is if you're watching the recap today, but I think it's at least at like midnight. It's at like midnight on the 22nd, which means you have until, so you have today to get an entry in. Make sure you get an entry in. And also, make sure if you're doing the screenshot competition, head over to your settings and go to gameplay and go to show own overworld name and make sure that that is clicked on. I had to do that for myself. That was clicked off for me personally. And you need to have your IGN showing in the game to be able to actually submit your entry properly. So make sure you have that setting turned on if you're doing your screenshot competition. All right, I'm not going to cover too many. We covered this a fair bit. I'm not going to go into crazy details, but they're all in the forums if you're interested. There is a shiny Ditto up for grabs and 1,000 RP up for grabs as well. Next up, there is a catch event today. So if you're watching the recap, you're a little bit too late. We're going to skip through it quickly. There was a weird thing with it though. It happens in about 34 minutes. We weren't sure. I thought wait, is it still? Wait. I'm going to hit F5 and watch this change. So do you see how this says gift shiny Baniri, but then the sprite isn't shiny? I assume the sprite was the mistake and it was a shiny Baniri. Look, they changed it. I assumed it was the sprite was the problem, but nope. It is a non-shiny Baniri, unfortunately, so it has been changed, it has been adjusted. Now, as an Ironman account, I just care about the 1,000 RP. So honestly, I'm hoping people don't show up and I can have a better chance at RP, but we will see how that goes. Okay, that's today's event. And then finally, on the 22nd, so that's today for watching the recap, the 22nd at 2 p.m. ET at Mount Pyre in Hoenn. There's a catch event with Duskull and Shuppet, +3 for Duskull, -3 for Shuppet. Nature bonuses on screen, as you can see right now. And there is a shiny Duskull up for grabs. Beautiful shiny Pokemon, good utility Pokemon, good PvP Pokemon, can be used in so many different ways. Next up, a Chansey catch event on Friday, the 24th of April at 2 p.m. ET over at Route 47 in Johto. You have 1 hour to catch Chansey, Ditto, Miltank, and Raticates for these species bonuses on screen. If you don't know how catch events work, I have multiple different videos on my channel. One's called like how to enter catch events and how to submit your entry, and then one is like how to prepare for catch events and increase your chance of winning. Check those out if you don't know what they are, you're interested in learning more. Nature bonuses are on screen now for a quick set, and there is a non-shiny Chansey. So a few non-shiny catch events, unfortunately, but it is what it is. They can't give away crazy shinies all the time. That would, you can't open a Pokemon pack of trading cards and hit the EX every time. That ruins the whole point. You've got to have some non-shiny prizes and some RP prizes up for grabs as the main attraction. So there's this Chansey catch event coming up once again on the Friday, April 24th. Now on to the daily market check, one of my favorite new segments in these little stream recaps, and it's a way to show players, all types of players, new players, old players, the history of certain items and how they affected the economy. This is the White Rabbit plush, the first ever vanity that started the cute little guy on head archetype is what I call it. Okay, there is the White Rabbit plush, there's the Froggy, there's like the penguin, right? There's a ton of cute little guys that sit on your head and look cute while you flop around in PokeMMO. Okay, the White Rabbit plush is the first one to ever exist of this vanity variety. And it's also very important because this came out in 2023 during the Lunar New Year event. We've already covered a few items that came out during this event and why this event was so revolutionary for PokeMMO. The 2023 Lunar New Year event was the first ever event, or first ever time in PokeMMO where a permanently ownable, mythical, or legendary Pokemon was added to the game. It is when Shaman got added, and everybody was so obsessed with Shaman. They were so distracted by Shaman, myself included, that we forgot about vanities and sealed product and other things happening at that time. The green Unity and the red Unity cape, right? The White Rabbit plush, when it came out, dropped as far down as about 12 million Pokeyen. There was 16 of them in the market. It got down to around 12 to 12 million. 12 million Pokeyen was the lowest we ever saw it get. And then the event ended. I'll never forget this. I remember this rise. The event ended and it rose to 35 mil. We had not seen a vanity rise to 35 mil like that in a very long time. This is the first vanity to do that in an extremely long time. And then it stayed around 30, you know, went down a little bit, 30 mil, but then went back up to like 35 and 40. It peaked at like 47 mil around here. So now this is a full year later in 2024, and it's still around the same-ish price tag, 30, anywhere from like, look at all the fluctuations as well. It's crazy, like 30 to 45 mil, right? That's a 15 mil difference that this vanity was like pretty consistently fluctuating between, and then it steadied out at 40 mil for about a full year. From maybe like half a year. This is still like 40 mil, like 38 mil. This is, yeah, March 2024. From March 2024 until February 2025, it stabilized at about 40 million Pokeyen. And then it went to the moon, boys. Something, I don't know if it was just the Lunar New Year event of 2025, but White Rabbit plush demand went crazy, went up to 75 million. You could have bought this for 12 million. It's 7 times in price. 700% in price, dude. If you theoretically, you know, it's unlikely this happened to anybody, or very, very, very few people. If you theoretically bought, you know, 3 of these, right? At the all-time bought, this is like best case scenario, right? So let's qualify that. But best case scenario, you bought 3 of these for 12 million a piece. You spent 36 million Pokeyen, and then you sold 3 of them for, let's say, 75 million. You know, once again, this is literally like hindsight, buy at the lowest, sell at the highest. This like does not happen in true markets, right? But let's just say, right, you would have spent 36 million Pokeyen and sold for 225, and you're only buying 3 of the item. If we subtract the actual cost, right, that leaves us with, I'm terrible at math, but even I can do this one, 189, almost 200 million Pokeyen profit. Almost 200 million Pokeyen profit. Now, since this, the White Rabbit plush has dropped down in price, and I think it's because we got a lot more cute guy on head, and there is more competition, but this is still the OG, and a lot of people still really like this one, and I think the little cute red dotted eyes really add a lot of appeal to it, in my opinion. Currently, the White Rabbit plush is going for about 56, 57 million Pokeyen, and there's only, what's really interesting, see that bottom blue graph, you know, at the very bottom, right? There's only about, what, 1 to 7? The max I saw was like 7, 8. There are so few in the market at a time. Like, this is crazy. 8 is the highest I saw. I still have not seen higher than 8. Is this higher? Okay. The last time we saw more than 8 White Rabbit plushes on the market was back in October of 2024, I think. That's insane. Yep, October of 2024. It's a classic vanity in PokeMMO, a huge one that's affected the economy. Super cool to cover its history, and it really, once again, it's crazy how much Shaman impacted things so freaking much, dude. All right, let's go ahead, dude. Much love to you. Hopefully you heal up well. I'm sorry to hear that, Kieran. God damn, dude. Much love to you, dude. All right, let's go ahead and jump into the achievement showcase. If you want to be possibly, I don't get to everybody, but possibly featured in the achievement showcase, you can check out my Discord channel called the Achievement Showcase in my Discord, right? So check that out if you're interested. Let's go ahead and let's get started, boys. This is a big one. I'm gonna cover my face. This is important. Actual X Gamer. This might be a little bit of a rant, but it's also a big achievement, and it finally happened. On October of 2025, I set out on an adventure to capture my girlfriend's favorite Pokemon shiny. I'm like doing some fucking fist bumping out right now. You can't see it. I love stories like this. This is what MMOs and video games are all about, and shiny hunting is all about, is like shunting something for a, it's like almost like getting a tattoo because you care about, you have some, not that you have to, right? But you have some like emotional attachment, or it means something. I love when people make shiny hunting about that, right? It took way longer than I expected. Once I phased with a Bellsprout at 42,000 encounters, I was very bummed, as it was a random encounter whilst hopping from the water into a grass patch. I was devastated, but nonetheless, I was determined to get that shiny. Once I hit 30,000 encounters again, I was like, okay, now it can happen at any moment, and I excitedly awaited for it to never come. Another 30,000 encounters passed, and it wasn't looking good in my opinion. I was already at 60,000 encounters, but still, I was determined. He also went 42K drive before this, right? At this point, I was grinding hard for it, even through the Lunar New Year event, prioritizing the shiny hunting over making money during the event. Well, another 30,000 encounters passed, and I was losing it, questioning while I was still going. I saw all these other people getting shinies way below 30,000. It was not good for my mental state. I was at 90K, and I still hadn't seen the shiny that I wanted. I tried and I tried my best to keep going, and when I had 105,000 encounters, I was totally through it. I actually stopped playing for about 1 to 2 weeks, because I did not see the point in playing anymore. But eventually, I started playing again. And today, while watching YouTube, it finally happened. At 108,000 encounters, it finally popped with a grand total of 110,625 species encounters for the Lickitung. I could not be happier to finally get the shiny for my girlfriend that I set out to get a little less than 6 months ago. Thank you for reading. Dude, this makes, like, there's so much, this guy's a writer, man. Like, there's so much genuine emotion and earnest, beautiful feelings through this story. Going 100K dry is fucking hard. It's one of those things, like, a lot of people, we just brush over it. It is, especially for the, like, it's so intense, man. It's so hard. I'm so glad you pulled through, gamer. Congratulations, man. And it's going to be such a more beloved and more, like, such a remembered shiny because it was so hard to get from this point forward. So congratulations, man. It's a really beautiful shunting story, in my opinion. All right, next up. An Iron Man got his Meowth today, man. He got a good Meowth. It's 31 attack, naughty nature, 28 speed. He EV trained it. I'm a little worried. He still needs to XP train it, and that has me a little stressed for him. I hope that in the next few days we don't see a new achievement showcase update, like, oh yeah, whoops, I accidentally evolved it. That would suck. Hope that doesn't happen. Good luck to you, Iron Chip. We've all been there. I've actually evolved many Meowths, unfortunately. It's the worst. Next up, this guy used a funny phrase, which I just loved. First OT Max Litwick. First time breeding. All ancestors caught OT. First OT. Bro is OT maxing. What the fuck? I think he just means, like, he caught all the breeders. It's like an Iron Man or whatever type thing. But I thought it was so funny. The verbiage of OT maxing was very funny to me. Bro is out here OT maxing. And this is like, it's also really tough to do. This is a really cool achievement. Catching all the breeders for a 6x31 plus its correct nature with a modest. It's also like doing this kind of long, intense breed for your first time breeding. Dude, super brave. Glad you completed it. Congratulations, dude. That takes a long time, man. Next up, Rumel, one of the OGs in my community, got his first rare shiny in PokeMMO at 6,000 encounters from a swarm. He got a swarm Heracross during Team Mr. Shiny War. I remember hearing about this, and I was like DMing him, like, no way, dude, and responding in the Discord. This was fucking sick, and so I love Shiny Heracross. Is such a good one to get, man. Congratulations to your Rumel. It's just beautiful to see. So deserved, so freaking deserved, dude. You know, and then Kid3 got their 6th egg shiny on their account. They actually just featured them in an achievement showcase recently. What I love about Kid3 is that they record and they upload their reactions. I love, even if you're like not some big YouTuber, I think every person who shiny hunts in PokeMMO, I encourage you, record and upload your reactions. It is such a beautiful building exercise for the community. Number one, it logs it for you. You have the history now for the rest of your life. Number two, it inspires others. When I was first starting Pokemon content creation back in like 2021, and I was first getting into shiny hunting, you know, that once again, I took a long break, right? I would watch other people's shiny hunting montage. There were very few that existed, but the ones that did, who am I thinking of? There was a guy, it's like Shiny Hunter Rod. That's a a little bit of a deep pull for those who, those who know. Shiny Hunter Rod, I would watch his, like, no, he also had no mic. It was just the montages of him hunting shinies, and that inspired me. Like that, watching others get their shinies, watching others react, achieve their dreams, and hunt for as long as they do, it makes you remember and realize you can do it too. Is really beautiful. So thank you for recording at Kith3. It's a very wholesome reaction if you want to go watch it on their YouTube channel. Next up, Shiny Porygon. I can't remember if I already covered this, so my apologies if I did, but I love Shiny Porygon, so you know what? If I already covered this, we'll cover it twice, dude. I'm a little behind on there's a lot of achievement showcase stuff. So Poppins, I'm gonna call them Poppins, 6,000 to 7,000 or so egg encounters. 10 to 20% were alpha eggs. That's fucking expensive. And the rest are Safari encounters. He went 23,000 encounters total dry and got himself a Shiny Porygon. Dude, I love Shiny Porygon. One of my favorite eggs, honestly. Insane. Excuse me. Insane turbo. Congratulations, dude. And that is the final achievement showcase. So now we can actually go in and jumping into actually playing the game. We have a catch event to do today, as well as I want to make my final submission for the screenshot competition, and I'll probably throw some clips. Like, this was a spot that I was actually looking at. I'm planning to do some sort of like Iron Man pirate theme, because I think it's the best. I think based on the vanities I have, I think this is the best fit that I have. I think that this is the best drip I can use as an Iron Man account. I'm at a disadvantage, but if I can just place top 3 or so, that would be huge. I'm at a disadvantage on vanities, but hopefully you would think that after 11,000 hours, I would be at an advantage of gameplay knowledge and knowing where to go location-wise in game. But we'll see how that plays out. We'll see how much I can actually save. Please 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 save. No way. Did it actually save? I had no faith in that stream being saved. Oh, that's cinema. I don't, that's amazing. Oh my goodness, I don't care. That's fine. A stream crash that gets saved is no stream crash at all. Oh my goodness. Oh, that feels so fucking good, dude. Oh my goodness. Why not OBS? Because Streamlabs OBS gives you a little bit more flexibility in the tools you can use. I have thought about it. Don't worry. I can't believe that saved. I can't believe that actually saved. Oh my goodness. Holy shit. But yeah. Oh my goodness. So my Streamlabs stopped crashing for months, and then it came back. So that's kind of just the unfortunate. It came back within the past like 1 week, which sucks. Anyways, okay, we're back though. Stelly, thank you for the 3 months of subs, dude. Oh my goodness, thank you, dude. I fucking appreciate it. Hopefully the content's been helpful. So yeah, we have 18 minutes till the catch event begins. I'm literally, from this point forward, I'm just like scouting out locations for a screenshot. I think is like the current to do in game, which is kind of funny. I don't think I'm thinking boats. If you guys have any suggestions, no audio should be good. Audio fine here. Yeah, audio should be good. Who the fuck is this guy? Okay, I'm glad. Okay. I might need to refresh. Okay, yeah. Unova, yeah. Unova also has like some of those beautiful, like, what's it called? Like pixel work and stuff. Well, no, you're totally fine. I'm just glad it fixed. Sorry for the crash, fellas. We should be so back. Okay. There's also like that crashed. Look at this guy with his tongue. That was awesome. I cannot join other people's. I appreciate it. It's very nice of you to ask, Jenny. I'm not allowed. Catch event starts in 17 minutes. There should be a link to the catch event in the description on YouTube. I can link it in. What's it called, chat? Give me 1 sec. Here's the event, boys. Treasure chest. There's a there actually is like an what am I thinking of, chat? Isn't there like that underwater and then you go into like a beach area? Oh, it's so far. You know what I'm talking about? I think it's in the underwaters in Hoenn. I'm gonna pop some repels and just actually I wonder if I should hop to the main account. That's kind of like and look for locations. No, maybe I'll just be, it's fine. I have repels, we're fine. Davy Jones' locker. Yes, I'm looking for like something piratey. Where's the best pirate type location in PokeMMO? I was thinking there's like that underwater crashed boat in Hoenn. That's an, you know, that's like one of my first thoughts. You can also get other people in the screenshot, so I'm wondering if I want to incorporate that. I mean, I have streamer privilege, so I could like try to get people together, but I don't know the exact plan. I'm just thinking. We're brainstorming today. Today's all about brainstorming. I could have what's it called there? Repelled. We're just screenshot competition brainstorming until the catch event in 15 minutes. Treasure Beach. I don't know if Treasure Beach has that. I love Treasure Beach. It's a cool like underwent to location. I don't know if it has the vibes I'm looking for, but I could be wrong. My first shiny was a Stunfist at 300,000. I thought this guy's name was Hong Trousty. Wait, that's really good because because it overlaid Iron Patrouski. I thought his name was Hung Trousty. Okay, anyways. My first shiny was a Stunfisk at around 300. Oh, that's so sick. That's from the mod or whatever. Around 300,000 encounters, 2,200 hours played was my first. Yeah, I went super dry for my first shiny. My first shiny was 300,000 encounters. Guesstimated. It was back before encounter counters existed. So, but if you calc the math, I'm really safe with it. I've shown this math a few times on stream. If you calced me playing efficiently, I actually probably would have been at like 450,000 or like 600. But obviously, I didn't play efficiently. No one did back then, right? So it's one of those things. The odds of that are super, super slim, Justice. Yeah. That was like a very rare. And I always say that I have something called Patrouski luck, where I am both very unlucky and very lucky. And it just depends on which, you know, I'm never in the middle. I'm never average in my luck, right? So my first shiny was 300,000 encounters dry. It took me 8 years and 2,200 hours played in game to get it. And then my second shiny was my favorite Pokemon, Shiny Shuckle, in the Safari Zone, and I caught it on like the 4th ball. Like the Shuckle is like what's it called? Like the you know, it started my Pokemon like YouTube career. Like that's what's like, it's talk about luck. You know, talk about like going from like 300k dry, you know, bad luck to like everything. Like it's the two and then stars aligned, you know. Dude, what's up, Bibba? Happy to have you, dude. Much love, man. Okay, I do want to go to Treasure Beach. Someone mentioned it. Right now, we're just kind of brainstorming and looking for locations in game where I could potentially take a screenshot for the screenshot competition, but we're kind of just there's a catch event that starts in 13 minutes, so I'm gonna be heading to that very, very soon. This is kind of just something to kill the time, but I do want to do this today. The screenshot competition does end very, very, very soon. I think it's one of the, so it is an interesting point, Erod. Like there's something, and this happens in like pretty much every video game, not just PokeMMO. Here, I'm just a turbo nerd who loves talking about this. I was talking about how like I went for my first shiny in PokeMMO, I went around an estimated 300k dry. Take that number with a grain of salt. It was back before encounter counters existed. I used to use a notepad document to actually track my encounters. I was much younger. But the numbers that I do have for sure, like these are for sure locked in numbers. It took me 2,200 hours and 8 years to get my first shiny in PokeMMO. This is an old story, but if you happen to not know, my first shiny in PokeMMO was extremely, extremely, extremely dry, right? My second shiny was my favorite Pokemon of all time, Shiny Shuckle, in the Safari Zone at 106 encounters. So that's why the term Patrouski luck exists, where I either get extremely unlucky or extremely lucky. Although we haven't seen that a whole lot on the, I've just been lucky on the Ironman account, GekW, over the past, you know, few months. But someone mentioned, it's interesting, we see so many new players getting their first shiny at 3,000 encounters, and this is not just a PokeMMO phenomena. It is a like MMO, or like I would say video game phenomena. There's probably some like real life rule to this as well. The reason why we see so many new players, or seemingly get so many new players get like crazy shinies at low odds in PokeMMO, is because if you zoom out and you think about it from a mass scale, right? if 30,000 people start playing PokeMMO and they all get one encounter, odds are one of those people is going to get a shiny on their first encounter, right? That's just math, right? The broad math, right? And then the other thing is, there's a lot of people who play PokeMMO might get to 5,000 encounters, right? That's probably going to happen for most people when doing their 5 storylines. But how many players stick with the game long enough to get to 60, 80, 100k, 200k? Like, the reason we don't see a whole lot of new players going dry on their first shiny hunt is because they quit the game before they ever, and that's a case in every video game. If you go super unlucky, it's tough to pull through, right? This is a video game phenomenon you see. So you end up seeing a lot of new players like getting super lucky stuff. And there was 10 years ago, people thought that like PokeMMO was being favorable to new players. And I saw this exact same argument in other like RuneScape, like other video games, which is really funny. A lot of people start to get angry, like, oh, new players have better luck. And it's like, well, no, it's just, from my understanding, I'm not, properly educated, but from my understanding, it's just statistics, it's just data, right? More people will get to the low counts, but not as many people will get to the high counts. So we don't see as the crazy stuff. And it's just at mass scale, when you really think about it, it makes sense that crazy stuff happens, I guess, is kind of the thing. But it makes it feel like new players are getting luckier, but it's really just, we see that more because more people are going to get to 3,000, 5,000 encounters. A lot of people aren't going to reach 100k dry and not quit, right? So that's my understanding and my conclusion I've come to. Yeah, someone said they're 44k dry on their first shunt. Good luck to you, dude. That's my understanding. Yeah, that's here. Altaria, that's I like that. Yeah, let me actually add that on. Yeah, Altaria brings up a great point that I meant to mention as well. The other thing is, when you hear a new player go dry, you don't really hear about it. Like, if a new player goes 30,000 encounters for a shiny, they're not going to talk about it. That's just at rate, right? Like, if a new player goes at rate, you don't hear about it. If someone gets a shiny in their first 1,000 encounters, you're going to hear about it. Like, that's insane, So you just hear a lot about the viral things go viral because they're crazy, they're viral, right? So it kind of builds that, like, something like a social media delusion.